Hi everybody, it's Bankai 922. The sword's out. It's Bleach time. Uh, Chapter 506. The Fire 2. Alright, in the beginning of this chapter, we got freaking... What is it? Yeah, Colonel Sanders guy. And he's talking to Shang Tsung saying, "Oh, it looks like you've gained your morale back." And it's like, and he's like condescending him, saying, "Oh, but you've miscalculated," and saying that, "Oh, you miscalculated," and like, "Oh, you're, so on and so forth." Basically, he's saying that, in that regard, that, oh, our boss is going to defeat your boss. And we get an introduction of between Yamamoto and Bosch facing off. And that's what he basically told him. Our boss will follow your boss. And he's like saying, it's stupid Colonel. He's a Colonel Sanders. That's what he looks like. At first I thought, no, he doesn't look like that. But then when I look at him, he looks like the Colonel Sanders. He's the Colonel Sanders. It's so stupid. I'm like, come on, man. Jump off your soapbox. And then he says, "You're not the only ones who can get a boost up of your boss's fight of morale." I'm like, who are you? Get fired up by your boss's battle. So moving right along, that's when stupid Naja Coop and Busby and Asnot, these guys say, "Oh, let's jump him." He's like, "Oh," and I think Naja Coop says, "Oh, you're a knave to come here and fight our boss all alone." And then I think Asnut says, "It's time for you to die," and Busby says, "Die, old man," And well, you can pretty much gather what ends up happening. Yeah, they die. Like I said before, that should be the thumbnail. I really should make that the thumbnail. The expression of that stupid idiot. Freaking, old man Colonel Sanders. It's like, what a fucking idiot. It's Yamamoto. Like, what do you joke? Are you that stupid? It's Yamamoto. You know what's gonna go down, man. But anyway, moving right along. And he basically, Shang Tsung's basically saying how, with Yami G, that's what his nickname he calls him. The rules of common sense don't apply. And he's like, and then Yamamoto says, "You fools," and "You stupid fools." And then, the thing about Bosch that I'm noticing, but everybody kept calling him Buckbeard, and now we're calling him Bosch. Juya Bach. Botch. He doesn't give a shit about his subordinates. Like, when I mean doesn't give a shit, like, he doesn't care what happens to them. Like, at all. At all. He doesn't give a shit. They could die, and he wouldn't care. So, moving right along, he's like, "Oh, he was saying that this is what happens when you meddle in my battles," and that's when Yamamoto strikes. He just takes his sword right at Botch, and he hits him on the arm. And that stupid captain of the steamer's like, "My Majesty!" And Yamamoto was basically saying that, "Oh, you think nothing of your subordinates," and he hits him with that strike and says that because it's true. He doesn't think of his subordinates. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care what happens to them. And he says, "Oh, you've gotten old. I remember the days of your youth when you lose yourself to anger." He says, silence. And that's when Bach brings out a sword. And it was kind of, I find that very peculiar that he brought out a sword. And when he brought it out, there was the destruction of buildings and shit when he brought it out. So this is like pretty OP stuff going down. And I'm wondering, is he a Quincy or not? I mean, it looks like a Soul Reaper sword. That from what I'm seeing here. But, you know, I could be wrong, you know. And he says, oh, you were waiting me for to draw it. And then Yamamoto was like saying, your blood, your flesh, your sword, your soul, your very bones, it will be crushed all to dust. And then all of Yamamoto's flames disappear. And then he does Bankai. The strongest of the flame types and the oldest Zanbakuto. Zanka no Tachi. Long sword of the enduring flame. Now, that's where the chapter ends. And here's the question of the day. I hope we get to see him use it. Knowing Kubo, they're probably going to steal it. But, we'll see. But my thoughts on it is like, his sword is not, his Bankai doesn't look like the others. That's what got me a little perplexed. I'm like, we've seen Byakuya's, we've seen Itsugaya's, we've seen everyone's, more or less, but that's been shown so far. And theirs are very big, except for Ichigo. He's the only one that has a Bankai that I can think of. That's Bankai is, I got his Bankai in my hand, and you can see that it's, well, it's not this size, so, yeah. But it's not meant to be huge. It's small. Now, Yamamoto's is not big. But maybe I'm just second-guessing this, and maybe it's just what we're being seen right now. It might be huge later on, if he uses it. But yeah, this one definitely getting it a 5. I like the fact Juya Bach. If that's his sword, kind of a debate. Here's the question of the day. Knowing what his weapon is, Bach, is he really a Quincy? That's the question of the day. Two questions of the day for this chapter review. Is he really a Quincy? Knowing what his weapon is. And the way it looks. And do you guys think we might... I hope we get to see his Bankai fully. He at least let one attack before they seal it. Or steal it, I should say. So, that's the question of the day. That, and what do you guys think is going to happen with Yamamoto releasing his Bankai now? What is this going to entail? That's what I think. But like I said, 5 out of 5. Good chapter, once again, of Bleach. Got my sword. It's hard to hold. It's heavy. That's all I got for you guys. Tell me what you guys think. Comments below. You know the story. This one was pretty quick, but I really think that I hope we get to see. I'm sorry. I want to see Yamamoto's Bankai fully attack. I mean, come on. Kubo, you gotta at least do once. Let him fight. Let him do one attack. One attack. That's all I ask for. One attack. Oh, come on. Just one strike, please, please. But I know in Kubo, I know what he's gonna do. I have it sealed. Now, and the other thing I just want to briefly bring up before ending in this video, not really long. Naja Coop. Now, if Naja Coop is there attacking Yamamoto, that tells me one thing. I don't want to say it, but Rose might be dead. But that's just speculation. I'm not 100% sure on this. He might be dead, but I don't think so. I think he was defeated. But maybe there's a slim chance he's still alive. Slim. Slim chance he's still alive. So, yeah. That's all I got for you guys. Yeah. For today. Except for if I get to it, a versus. So, yeah. But tell me what you guys think. Comments below. I told you the questions of the day. Is Buckbeard, a.k.a. Botch, is he really a Sword Reaper? A Quincy. Knowing what his sword looks like. Oh, you gotta think about that. Gotta think about that. Maybe he is. Maybe he is a Quincy, but he just has a sword similar to a sword. Also, I'm thinking about getting a beard like Juya Bach. I'll shave this part off and make it like, try to get this going. I want to see if I can do it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. And also the other question of the day, like I said for this chapter, is will we get to see Yamamoto's Bankai getting fight with it at least for a couple of times? And if we do, what do you think this will lead to? Yeah, so those are the questions today. It's been Bankai 922. And I will catch you guys later. Check Yamamoto. He ain't fucking around. He's gonna burn. Go before I end this, go read it on Manga Street. Some heavy words from Yamamoto. Your bones, your soul. See you guys.